And I'm going to give you, are you sharing your screen at all, Sherri?
Yes,
Okay.
I do need that too.
Yep, I just turned that on for you.
All right, thanks.
What? I saw you were traveling. Did you get your phone? Yeah.
Hey, Jenny, it's good to see you again.
Okay. All right, so.
Do me a favor, babe.
Estelle, hey girl.
I'm printing something. Can you grab it?
Listen, you were the first one that was on. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? She's not paying attention. Tammy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Tammy Taz with Rock.Tazbar Photography. Do you want a relaxed photo session? Do you feel nervous in front of the camera? Do you want to feel like the camera doesn't capture your personality? Well, have a photo session with me and it will be captured on camera. And I'm going to tell you all something that I keep forgetting to tell everybody is I'm different than other photographers. And the way I'm different is you can do outfit changes and I will stop the clock and not charge extra. So an hour session might be 2 hours or 3 hours because you're changing clothes, but I'm stopping the clock and you're only getting charged for that hour. Tammy Taz at Rock.Tazbar Photography.
Tammy. Evelyn, are you at a spot where you can introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Evelyn Herba with Family Insurance. I'm able to offer all insurance needs, whether it's professional liability, commercial business, personal lines, home, auto, from your mobile home all the way to your $1 million home. I can do it all for you. We're an independent agency, so I represent many different companies, making me super competitive. I don't just have one product, I got lots. We've been in business over 15 years. We're not going anywhere. I'm in a brand new office. We just moved into we built our own building. So this is our first week in our new space. It's quite luxurious if you actually got to see it. So I'm real excited. I'm Evelyn Herba with Family Insurance.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Nice picture. Cool. Dr. Estelle, since you're on, your volume is off. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It is. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. My name is Estelle Solik of Living Well with Estelle, and I am a certified weight loss and nutrition coach. And what I love doing is helping women get off the hamster wheel of dieting and just find a simple and sustainable lifestyle so that you can have those health goals and feel good in your skin and look good in your skin and do all the things that are important to you, not worry about all of those calorie counting. So if you're trying to get rid of that COVID-19 or quarantine 15, whatever, all that emotional eating, I'm happy to put you into my private Facebook group where we just offer support, accountability, and inspiration and yummy recipes. You can always do that. So I'm Estelle of Living Well with Estelle.
Oh, I like that little saying. That's very cute. Jenny, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Jenny McAllister, owner of Artful JEM. I'm a brand and multimedia graphic designer and artist. I'm a two-time international award-winning graphic designer and publication design. I strengthen small businesses' visual voice by creating photo, video, print, and digital designs while keeping a consistent visual brand. This includes everything from logo design to a 30-second video. As an artist, I bring the outdoors into your home and business with nature-inspired artwork. I'm a board member for the Fuquay Breda Arts Council. Jenny McAllister, owner of Artful JEM.
And we have another new picture. Awesome. Yay, you. Eileen, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. Eileen at Land and Sea Travel. I help everybody travel. There's so much information out there, and Google, you can get a lot of information, but it doesn't answer all the questions. So I'm here to make sure that, you know, I have a lot of clients that ask the same questions all the time, and I've done extensive research to help you. So there's a lot more to do with real life experience, world experience and travel than with a Google. So I'm here to help on that. I specialize in I do help all travel, but I specialize in cruising and special needs accessible travel so that all can travel. So removing all barriers for everyone to get away. Eileen at Land and Sea Travel.
Thanks, Eileen. Nice to see you again.
Nice seeing you.
And we have a new person, Cindy.
Sorry about that. How are you guys doing? My name is Cindy Strausser, and as we all know, being a business owner comes with a lot of responsibility. So I provide ways to ensure your business and employees are protected by providing education on some valuable services and resources available for you to care for your business, your
You lost your connection.
employees, and their families. Oh no, can you hear me? Sorry. Am I here?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I don't know where I cut off, but I provide ways to ensure your business and your employees are protected by providing some education and valuable services and resources to help you care for yourselves, your business, and your employees. I work with New York Life, and we've been around for 175 years, and we've been through a lot, including global pandemics, Great Depression. So we're really built for times like these. I can also help you set up some tax-free income strategy that would put a lot of money back in your pocket, which we could all use right now. So I'd love to schedule an appointment to learn more about your business and see if working together makes sense for us. So I'd love to meet some people on this group.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and go around the room and introduce the people who are here live, and then we will get started with our presenter, Sherri, at that point in time. So Nikki, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. My name is Nicole Boyd with American Frontier. We are an IT service provider, and we're happy to let you use our space here. What we do is we take the hackers out of your network and make sure your systems are fully operational, and so you can go back to work and not worry about your system crashing on you. I'm Nikki Boyd with American Frontier.
Well, good to see you. Woohoo! Been a while.
We'd love to offer you space back.
I know. You're my next one. I'm gonna use your space as soon as we start easing up the reins a little bit.
Exactly. Just give me an email.
Cool.
We have a lot of availability right now.
Okay, we'll let Laura go next. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Laura Talbot. I'm a residential real estate agent, and this is the month of the red, white, and blue, and selling country properties is what I love to do. So if you're tired of the city's rat race or just looking for something with a little more space, give this Blue Star Mom a call, because helping you find your dream home's no problem at all. I'm Laura Talbot, Dream Living Realty, making all your real estate dreams come true.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Laura.
I missed it. I missed those little jingles, girl.
And I'll go next. I am your chaos coordinator. I help small business owners get some things into place as far as taking care of standard operating procedures. I go through processes with them and document that for them so that they can do it over and over again with their new clients or with their employees so that they are consistent and efficient with their business. Actually, I'm going to ask Heidi if she would move the little computer thingy and go down to you ladies.
Perfect. It's there. Right there.
That's good. Yeah.
See, you can't break down the overturn. Hi, everyone. I'm Alice Schaefer, the nanny CEO and your pet CEO, Chief Entertainment Officer, and also your pandemic shopper. I deliver even to the North Carolina Welcome Center on 85. That's what I did yesterday. So I'm a pet center that's gotten business back. It's up and running and shopping. And I also sell 31. I'm brain dead this morning.
Hi, I'm Debbie Goldman, and I have a blog called Cooks with Scissors. So check me out on Facebook. I'm a trained chef who likes to keep her fingers because I am visually impaired now. So I cook with scissors. Demi Goldman cooks with scissors.
Hey, Demi.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, everybody. I am Tina Owen. I am a personal safety specialist with Damsel in Defense. It is my goal to keep you safe. I teach you how to keep yourself and your family safe in a very unpredictable world with safety training and non-lethal personal protection items. During this whole pandemic, a lot of businesses have shut down. Crime has not. So it really behooves you to pay attention to your own personal safety. You need to be situationally aware and take care of yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Tina Owen, Damsel in Defense. Be prepared, not scared.
Thanks, Tina. And Heidi, if you want to turn that around.
I feel like this. Okay.
It'll be just like at home.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. She doesn't know.
Hi, guys. I am Heidi McKinney Simpson, and I'm your fashion fairy godmother. Hi, Estelle. I help women feel comfortable, confident, and beautiful every day with the clothes in their closet. I offer a variety of services. I will do a complete closet clean out with you, or we can do one-on-one personal shopping. I specialize in consignment shopping because you shouldn't have to spend $1 million to look like $1 million. Heidi McKinney Simpson, your fashion fairy godmother.
Yay.
I'm going to turn that
Okay,
back
well,
on.
welcome everyone.
Tell me when I'm good.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Right there.
Okay.
So I want to thank everybody for their introductions. And again, if you put it in the chat there, your information, and I know the contact information for the ladies in the room, I'll send out an email just letting everybody know so that they can set up their one-on-ones and get to know somebody from today's meeting. I want to introduce the speaker today, Sherri McManus from the Lou Everett Group. She is known for their highly effective, the Lou Everett Group is known for their highly effective coaching, teaching, and speaking on the importance of personal growth and how it impacts our influence as a leader. With her husband Lou, they have more than 4 decades of combined experience in training, coaching, leadership. They also have received training and mentoring from well-known and successful coaches and teachers from the likes of Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield, Paul Martinelli, and our certified John Maxwell coaches, trainers, and speakers. Would you please welcome Sherri McManus? Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. I think that's a good group. Now, I wasn't able to record.
Okay.
Ask permission.
It is recording, and it's going to Linda Tello, who's the founder, so I will make sure that she gets that to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Appreciate that. All righty. Well, what a crowd today. Thank you so much that everyone is participating. We got a kind of hybrid situation. I think that's great. I think it's all wonderful to see everybody here. I want to thank Wendy Russell for this opportunity to speak with you all this afternoon. I promised Wendy that I will be sure to give value to this group, and I'm so excited to be sharing a topic today that will give you a positive perspective and to give some concrete steps that you can implement right away. At the end, we'll open up for discussion and for any questions, and I'll also share you with an opportunity of how to connect with me after this. Now, I want to start out with a quick story here, our question. Who here has already started or maybe already used a service to deliver your groceries? I know we do. Want to type it in, raise your hand? Yeah.
I'm the shopper, Sherri, and I read that and I would not have done that.
What's that?
I said, I saw your story and I said, that would not have been me. I shop for Shipt.
Ah, okay. Well, we've been using Instacart the last couple of times, and we've been ordering, and with the last time we ordered, we wanted some fresh basil. So we ordered it, and we normally order it with like the plastic packet, just a couple leaves. It's all that we really need most of the time. But when we received our groceries, the shopper actually selected the actual basil plant since the store was out of the actual packet. I'm like, oh, and it was a cute little thing. It's like this high and it's got the nice leaves on it. And I was like, wow. I'm like, well, I go, while I love it for this awesome smelling plant would grow on its own, it just doesn't work that way, right? We need to help it grow. We need the natural sunlight, we need water, we need to prune it. And it dawned on me when I was looking at this plant that that's what we need to do for ourselves. We need to nurture that. And I thought about, well, growth just doesn't happen, right? Even with us as people. James Allen stated, people are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are unwilling to improve themselves and therefore remain bound. So let's take a look at 8 misconceptions about growth that may be holding you back from being as intentional as you could be. Assumption gap. Who here has children? Raise your hand. I have 2 stepchildren. I've been with them since they were 6 and 8. I got a couple ladies there. Now, as children, our bodies grow automatically. Each year we get taller, we get stronger, we're even more capable of doing new things and facing new challenges. I think that for many people that carry this idea subconsciously, that this is the same for our mental and our spiritual and even emotional growth. Bruce Springsteen, he stated, a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man or woman you want to become and start being the man or woman you want to be. See, none of us improves by accident. We need to be intentional about growth and improving. If you want your life to improve, you must improve yourself. Here's the next growth gap. I don't know how to grow, right? Or do you have a growth plan? I know I didn't at first. Now, a designer and an artist and a consultant, Loretta Staples, she once stated, if you are clear with what you want, the world responds with clarity. Now, anyone here ever learn a lesson the hard way? I know my kids have, and I know I have. I want to share with you a quick story. My husband shares this often. Now, when he was a teenager, his parents told him his friend Mike was a bad influence. He drove a Z28, he listened to metal music, he had long hair. And this one day, Lou and Mike were hanging out at Mike's house, listening to Motley Crue, having a great time, just like they normally do, right? But then Mike reached into this hidden cabinet in his bedroom. And at first, Lou didn't pay attention until Mike grabbed a big bottle of whiskey and just chugged it, just started chugging it like it was no big deal. And at first, Lou was like, whoa, this guy is awesome, right? But then he heard his parents in the back of his head saying, be careful, Mike can be a bad influence. And he knew right then and there. See, many people only learn this way, right? The school of hard knocks. But wouldn't it be much better if you plan your growth intentionally? You decide where you need to want to grow. You choose what you will learn. You follow through with discipline going at the pace you set. Timing gap. the law of diminishing intent states, the longer you wait to do something you should do now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do it. Sound familiar? Here's a riddle for you. Anybody here good at riddles? I know I was horrible at riddles. Real quick, there are 5 frogs sitting on a log. 4 decide to jump off. How many are left? You can write in the chat, show up a hand or 2. What does everybody think? What do we got? Shout it out if you can.
5.
Someone said 5, someone said 4. Okay. Well, for those that said 5, you are absolutely right. And do you know why? Anybody can shout it out?
Still alive. Yeah, just because they jumped in the water doesn't mean anything happened to them other than they went swimming.
They decided they didn't do it.
Right. Someone said deciding. Right. There's a difference between deciding and doing. So good for you, whoever just shouted that out. That's awesome. Beautiful.
Party dance, Heidi.
Yeah. I want to share with you, there's an author and a professor named Leo Buscaglia. He stated, life lived for tomorrow will always be a day away from being realized. The reality is that you will never get too much done until you go ahead and do it before you are ready. Kind of like those frogs. See, once you start growing intentionally or on purpose, you can keep growing and keep asking, what's next? Now, for those ladies that are actually in the same room, turn to your partner, turn to your next door neighbor and say, what's next? What's next? And those in the virtual land, type in what's next in the chat for me. What's next? Let me hear you. What's next? What's next?
Shouting.
Great, thank you. Awesome. So here's the next gap, mistake gap. Let's be real. Growing can be messy. It means we will require to make mistakes. Oh, mistakes. It's not so bad. It means that you don't have all the answers. And I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's okay not to have all those answers. And I love the quote from Robert Schuller. He stated, if you knew you could not fail, what would you do? You know, and I remember this quote, and I remember my mom saying this exact phrase to me growing up. And it really helped encourage me throughout my life, trying new things that I never thought would be possible or even accomplish. So if you want to grow, you need to get over the fear of making mistakes. Listen to that carefully if you're taking notes down. Mistakes are the fertilizer of growth. Here's a common one, perfection gap. I used to think that I needed to be sure that the way that I chose my growth plan had to be perfect before I even start a planned growth. Does that sound familiar? Here's an analogy. See, when we decide to drive somewhere and we want to know the best way to get there, what do we do first? Right? We pick up our phone, we put our GPS on, right? However, it isn't until we drive or move forward that we see the roads for what they really are along the path, right? We see some gravel roads, we see some potholes, all sorts of stuff. See, if you want to see more of the way, then you got to get moving. You got to get moving. Here's the next gap, inspiration gap. Get this, before Nike coined the phrase just do it, there was an actual article in a medical journal on the inertia of motivation called Just Do It. It stated, motivation is not going to strike you like lightning. It just doesn't. And motivation is not something that someone else, like a nurse, doctor, or a family member, can bestow or force on you. See, the whole idea of motivation is a trap. Forget about motivation. Just do it. And Harvard psychologist Jerome Bruner, he says, you're more likely to act yourself into feeling than feel yourself into action. See, motivation is a byproduct of your action of doing the thing. So again, you gotta just do it. Get going. Here's the next one, comparison gap. Last August, my husband and I went to a 4-day international John Maxwell team conference. At this conference, there were over 3,200 fellow speakers and coaches and trainers. It was amazing. I mean, among those were some of the best speakers I've ever heard, including my mentor and friend, John Maxwell himself. Now, as I sat there listening to the amazing talks from so many of my mentors and coaches in the room, I realized that all of them were so much better than I am at speaking. But then I realized something that really hit me. You know, these mentors and coaches of mine are always so ready and willing to help me to get better and grow. So I thank God that they are better than me, because I can never get better without them. See, we learn if others are ahead of you. The expectation gap. Now answer me this, anybody can shout this out. Do you know of any successful person who thinks that growth happens quickly and that climbing to the top is easy? I know I don't. You ladies are like, oh. You know, John Maxwell says everything worthwhile is uphill. Yes, and that is so true. Now check this out. We got people create their own luck. We got preparation plus attitude plus opportunity plus action equals luck. Jim Rohn, he stated, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? They may have planned for you. Not much. So do you want to reach your goals and fulfill your potential? Then become intentional about personal growth. I can't stress that enough. It will change your life. It's definitely changed mine. Now here's a common quote, right? I'm sure we all have heard of this before. Rome wasn't built in a day. So why would you give yourself the expectation of growth overnight? Right? It takes time. It takes resources. It takes time and resources. So be good to yourself. Give yourself grace. And there's a lot in this season that we need that. See, the sooner you make the transition to becoming intentional about your personal growth, the better it will be for you. See, growth compounds and accelerates if you remain intentional about it. Now, here are some examples of questions that you should ask yourself. Answering these types of questions will get you started on your own personal growth journey. So I hope you're taking some notes here. See, Lou and I mentioned, Lou and I, anyway, he's my husband, we do this business together. And we mentored and coached a lot of people over the years. And there are just some questions, as you see here, that we guide our clients to answer in their own plan, their own growth plan. Give growing your best so you can become your best. One of my favorite things that Lou and I do is that we run through a great visual journey on our first session with our coaching clients. It's called The History of Your Future. We take the journey with you to 10 years into the future, where you have been very successful in your life and your business, and we then work your way back for you to envision the things you did, the changes you had to make, and the resources you had to use that got you there. Such an impactful process. My mentor, John Maxwell, says, the greatest danger you face in this moment is this idea that you will make intentional growth a priority later. Don't fall into that trap. Don't. In the book of the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, that's the information I'm sharing with you today is out of. John mentions a seminar he attended. And at this seminar, W. Clement Stone had a session titled Do It Now, where he told the audience, before you get out of bed every morning, say, do it now 50 times. And at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, the last thing you should say, do it now 50 times. Wow. Now, after reading this, I actually begun doing this for myself. And let me tell you, it gives a huge sense of urgency every day. Now, I hope you're taking notes, because write this down. Do it now. 3 times. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Now that you know that you need to be intentional about your growth, the question that I ask is, what's stopping you then? What is stopping you from growing? Well, I'll tell you. The number one reason is fear. And here are some of the most common examples as to what that fear may be. Fear of failure, fear of trading security for the unknown, fear of being overextended on resources, fear of what others think, or how about fear of pushing others away? Now here's another one. Who here has heard about the imposter syndrome? Yeah. And it's funny because a few months ago, I didn't know what that was. I knew the feeling, but I didn't put a name to it. And now I know. So let me share what that is. And imposter syndrome is actually a chronic self-doubt and a sense of being a fraud that overrides any feelings of success or external proof of competence. I'm sure we can relate this in some way or another. For example, you're talking in front of a team, and in the back of your head, you're thinking, oh my, I hope these people don't find out that I don't know what I'm talking about. When in actuality, you do. You do know what you're talking about.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's huge. It's very real. Linda asked, do people really get imposter syndrome? And it's very true. Yeah, it's very real.
And addressing it for 12 months. I do it every day.
Now I want to ask yourself, what emotion is stronger? The desire to change and grow, or one of these fears? And to bring this point home, let me share just a quick quote from Zig Ziglar. He stated, "It's impossible to consistently behave in a manner inconsistent with how we see ourselves." We can do very few things in a positive way if we feel negative about ourselves. Now, growth just doesn't happen. I've been saying that. Not for me, not for you, not for anybody. You must go after it. You have two choices. You have accidental growth or you have intentional growth. So really examine where you fall. If you could put a number on each one of these line items, where would you fall more closest to? Eleanor Roosevelt, she stated, one's philosophy is not best expressed in words. It is expressed in the choices one makes. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. So you must go out of your way to seize the growth opportunities as if your future depended on it. And why? Because it does. It does depend on it. Now I'd like to take a moment here and show you a quick video clip.
The biggest obstacle in your life today could be one of the smallest words in our language. So many times we blame everyone and everything else for our situation, when the problem is this little two-letter word. Pound for pound, it's one of the most powerful and limiting words we can say. What is that word? If. I'll really get my life together if, fill in the blank. How often this word stands in the way of us moving forward in life. How often we procrastinate by waiting for the perfect conditions to begin living life to the fullest. Everything you need to fulfill your goals is already inside you. You only need to see your boundless potential and the journey is underway. Today, don't pause your dreams waiting for the right conditions. Success meets you where you step, not where you stand. Take that first step and watch your path illuminate before you. Live your life without the if.
Growth doesn't just happen. Grow on purpose. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you ladies today. I wish I could keep going on this topic. This is just a little piece of our teachings, and I will put my information in the chat so you know how to contact me if you want more information. And I also want to give a gift to this group today. I mentioned earlier one of my favorite things that Lou and I do is that we run through a great visual journey called The History of Your Future. And this is a 30-minute session, and it is valued at $97. And I'm offering this today for free for anyone that signs up. So thank you again for your time. I will love it for any questions or even what great takeaways that you had today.
Thank you for that. I really kind of needed a boost. I needed to hear that today. Having kind of a COVID day, so.
Good, good. You're very welcome.
Sherri, is there any way that you can share that accidental growth chart, the accidental to intentional growth chart with us?
Yeah, I think I could do a screenshot.
Okay.
Do you want me to send that to you, or how do you want to do? I can't do a. Oh wait, I could do a file in here in the.
Yeah, you can upload a PDF to the chat, and then I can send it out that way.
Okay.
That would be good. I just thought it'd be really cool if we could take the time individually to go through and see where we're at on that chart.
Great information, Sherri. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Any takeaways that you thought? Cindy had a good one. She's like, hey, I needed that boost. But any takeaways?
I never heard of the imposter syndrome. That's quite remarkable.
Oh, it's a real thing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I just like to do it now, repeating it 50 times a day. I have imposter syndrome. I'm a perfectionist, and if the job looks too big, I just won't even start it because I can't do it perfect.
Exactly. You get frozen.
Yeah.
I get frozen.
So I'm gonna try that this coming week and see how clean my house gets.
It's to start on her house so then she can move on to people.
Exactly.
Well, you've been doing a really good job with with cleaning your closet out and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
So,
That's behind a closed door.
Burn.
Water from the microwave.
Oh, no.
I was wondering. So
you ladies who are online, Laura has a little.
Sorry, somebody was asking me what was on. I was like, I have a long burn. I burned myself a couple weeks ago, so the skin's now coming off. Ouch. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't bother. But they happen, right? Oh, yeah.
So I just want to be clear also, Sherri, you said that you have a gift to us. So anybody who wants to reach out to you will get that free 30-minute history of your, is it called History of Your Life? Is that
History of Your Future.
History of Your Future, yep.
Okay, sorry. And how do we get that? We need to
just reach out to me
and let you know that we're interested in it.
Yep.
And that you heard about it because you were an attendee of her presentation at the 1099 Ladies Apex chapter. Okay.
You got it.
All righty. So does anybody have any other questions for Sherri?
I just want to say I'm glad she brought up the imposter syndrome because it is a real syndrome, and many of us go through it, and we just don't realize you're going through it. Actually, as a photographer, I've gone through it like, oh my God, I say in a photographer and I could do this and I could do this and I can't. Because when I first started, I could not do people, and I was so scared. I felt like an imposter as a photographer. And I just had to kind of like do it one day and break out of that syndrome and say, yes, I can do it. So it really is a real syndrome.
It is. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's funny, I don't know if you ladies know Sarah Madras, but she was just on the last, I think it was today and yesterday, they were just expanding upon that topic in particular on imposter syndrome. So I think we've always known it. We just didn't put a title to it. And now that there is a title, I hate to say label, but it is, but now we can recognize it. And now that it's part of our awareness, especially as women, to know, okay, I recognize it, I know what it is, and then let's move forward. What can I do to move forward? And it's that fear barrier. And these fears that I just went over with you today, it's so common. It's okay. We're all going to ebbs and flow. But as long as the awareness is there, that's when it quickly goes into action. I put the chart in the chat, so hopefully.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I love the idea that growth is intentional and that at a certain point in stage in your life, because you're right, your basil plant can't grow without life and without light and soil and proper nutrients, and then it's going to become root out and just a horrible mess that just dies within itself. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And I know Estelle can attest to in her fitness, right? We have to take care of ourselves. We have to nurture ourselves. We have to be careful what we put into our bodies or it will come out. We are what we eat. We hear that very common. And it's no different than a plant. And that's why I think intentional growth, if you look at it on a fitness perspective or a leadership perspective, there's still that nurturing and there's still that growth with the soil and the natural sunlight. All that ties in.
Yeah, we are what we think too.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So mindset work has been it's something, when you talk about intentional growth, I'm excited to download that chart just to look at the different line items and see where I am. And I think it's a resource we can use a month from now or 3 months from now when you set your goals and see how close are you getting to intentional versus accidental. But what you say to yourself is just as important as what you're bringing in.
Right. Yeah, and John Maxwell has a saying for that. He goes, "We need to do a mental floss." Mental floss. I cracked up when he said that. I mean, it was meant for a joke, but but it's true. You need to learn and relearn so we can grow. You need to release the things that are not finding you joy, so you can invite the things that are that can cause joy in your life. And it's a constant cycle. It really is. And you have to repeat that frequently.
Yeah, you have to see the joy in life, the good. Look at the good, because it really affects you when you're seeing all these other things going around you.
Yes.
And I think, I can't remember on the chart, but it said something about something, and then it said character. Do you remember what that was in play with? But I mean, really, character is very important, and how you treat others. It's reflective of you and your business and whatever. So, but I don't remember what that one was. I have to look at it, but I didn't write it down. But it was something block and character.
Character, yeah. I mean, there's. Yeah, I'm trying to think offhand of what it was on the chart.
Yeah, it was on that chart you had.
Yeah, that's what it was. Relies on talent or relies on character.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yep, the second one to the bottom of the second, almost to the bottom. There you go.
And it's also more intentional, not just luck. You know what I'm saying? People always, I don't like luck. No such thing.
Well, I liked how luck was defined. When you take the preparation, the attitude, the opportunity, the action, that equals your luck. Luck doesn't really just happen. You have to build it.
That's kind of what I was getting at. It's not, you got to work at whatever you're achieving here. It's not luck. I mean, it ends up being that, I guess.
I was just thinking, when I was a teacher, we used to have an expression that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Or, yeah.
You just walk in front of a group of kids and don't have a plan. That's a military expression as well. Is it? Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. So it's Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, well,
It's business.
there you go. Yeah. I didn't know that. Success. I learned it as a school teacher, and it was the idea, if you walk in front of a group of kids and don't have a plan, you're in trouble.
Right. And now the question, as you grow and as you're an adult, and we're all, young ladies here, and is, do you have a growth plan? That's something to think about.
Yeah.
I've always said I was a lifelong learner, but I guess I never put the steps into place for the plan itself.
I was asked this question: if you were granted the opportunity to gain wisdom in one area of your life, what would it be and why?
Yeah. That's a great question.
Philosophical to me.
Philosophical, is that what it said? Well, it makes you think, right? It just
It does make you think.
Yeah.
I'm like a spoiled child. I can't narrow it down to one area. There's too many things I want.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
I also kind of feel like self-care has become a very popular buzzword lately. That people are going, yeah, whatever. But it really is true. It really is important.
You can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't take time to replenish yourself. I think that was selfish, but then I realized, well, I'll be a better mother and a better wife because I'll have more to offer everybody. So I don't have to stay up at 4 a.m. doing the last little wash. I can go to bed.
That's right. You need your rest.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
more than you need clean clothes.
Super cranky then.
And that goes into actually having the right people around you that constantly support you, love you, and that you don't have that negativity. If you're surrounded by negativity, that's going to reflect and penetrate your well-being as well.
Yeah, that's why I surround myself with a lot of positive women.
There we go. Yeah, and then, you know, I'm sure most of you ladies know the famous quote, maybe you don't, but we are the average of the 5 people that we spend our time with.
Well, that's super cool. Then I'm awesome.
There's 7 people here.
Yeah, I wasn't counting you, Alice. That's not true.
Just wait till I talk on
It's okay, I have type O blood, I can't catch it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right, we're
right.
not going down that rat hole.
All right, it was just a joke anyway. Just wait till I get 31 bags, she'll make me wait.
All right, well, we have about 6 minutes left with the meeting. We do like to say at the end, is there anything that people are coming or having going on that they want to share with the group that others might want to participate with? Heidi's over here, even though you guys can't see her.
I'm not a figment of your imagination.
Move
There.
forward.
See?
See, lean forward. Yeah, maybe lean forward.
She's the angel of the light. There. Now I'm just boobs and head. Next Thursday, the 16th, I think. Is it the 16th?
Yes.
Next Thursday, the 16th, myself and my Park Lane team are hosting a Zoom quarter auction. A couple of the ladies in the room and Estelle have participated in these. We're doing an early bird special through the weekend where paddles are $20. It's $20 gets you all into every auction. Everybody's guaranteed to win. And I have set a goal for myself to sell 20 paddles by Monday. I've sold 3. And when I hit 20, I am personally doing a giveaway. You get your choice of a wristlet. I have 4 or 5 to choose from. And then I'm going to put $200 to $300 worth of jewelry in that wristlet. So if you are interested, just hit me up on Facebook and I can give you more details. It'll be Zoom just like this. And it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. I've gone to other ones, I had a great time.
Yeah,
You can say anything you want, nobody gets mad at you. I said a lot of goofy things, people all laugh, so there's that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and I'm excited about it. And our convention is next week, virtual next week. And the new line is launched the day before the event. So we're going to have all new stuff to look at. So it's going to be great.
Cool. Anyone else? Yeah, the 4th Saturday of every month, we have that card making class with Bats. And so it's kind of nice. So Beth has a business where you make these cards, it's crafty and stuff, and she walks you through the whole process. A 4-year-old can do it, it's super easy. But then the business side of it is you're making 8 to 10 cards. The challenge is to give those cards to referral partners, prospects, customers, thanking them for your business, to separate yourself out from your competition, use it to help you grow your business. So that's, you know, kind of like, I'm right there, 1 card left and I still have 2 weeks, so I'm doing really great on my challenge. But and then 2 hours of girl time, that's always fun. So it's win-win-win. Helps Beth, helps your business, feeds your soul.
And if you're not crafty, it makes you feel like you are. Because I'm not crafty, but my cards are really cute.
Yeah, they're totally fine.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, don't you have to order your?
Yes, I need to know by like tomorrow because Beth has to order the stuff. So there's an event on Facebook. You can search on my name and find it there. Or you send $25 to Bravo Mike Charlie at gmail.com through PayPal, friends and family. Because that's a little kit that comes with everything you need was in the box.
And I just realized Linda's not on the screen, so that was Linda Tello who was telling us all that information.
Hi. Heidi. It's gorgeous.
They're sold out.
Oh, I'm just so glad I got it because I really, really love it.
Anybody else have anything for the ladies who are online? Do you have any?
I do. I could tell everybody that the 1099 ladies, you get a free gallery with a paid hour session. It's going till the end of July. And if the state, it doesn't open up to phase 3, it'll probably extend to August. So I would definitely hit me up for a photo session because the gallery is a $537 value that you're getting for free just for being a 1099 lady.
And I can give a testimony to her too, because she first of all, she should do stand-up comedy. The whole time you're just laughing like an idiot. You know, in front of the camera. And I basically, the pictures worked out to be like $1 a piece, which is incredible.
And they turned out really good.
Yeah, and Heidi saw them and she thinks they turned out great. Yeah.
Well, it's because of Heidi's help with picking the clothes out because they were gorgeous.
Well, that's partially true. Anyone else?
Well, mine is not for a little while. When is it? July 27th. My private Facebook group is doing an 11-day summer shake-up challenge. So if you ladies would like to, you don't have to use the products. If you just want to come in, get some community and accountability and get yourself back on track, I welcome you to join me. If you're on Facebook, just send me a friend request and I can add you to the group because you can't find it. It's a secret group. Or just, yeah, message me. I'll put my information below. The more, the merrier.
Nice.
All right, thank you.
And if anyone is looking,
Always fun to do something together. 11 days. Anybody can focus on themselves for 11 days.
if anyone is looking for any availability for promotional materials, just a space to actually get in front of some people, either personally or virtually or hybrid, we are actually starting to reopen our space. So please send any requests to nbolyard@amfrontier.net, and I'll look at the calendar and see what we can do.
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nothing like being with a technology giant. Okay, so next week we're going to meet back again here virtually and face-to-face. We will be hearing from Anna Flores Crawford, who is the MEVN facilitator, the MEVN chapter of 1099 Ladies. She's going to share with us her morning routine that she does. The Miracle Morning. Miracle Morning is what it's called. So. Yeah, we've been seeing book. I was going to say, I have a book that's by that time. Yeah, so she's just going to give us some tips and tricks on that.
She basically says, own the morning, own the day. So that's true. Give it all away. Give it all away.
One sentence.
Hey, I have a little request.
Sure.
Linda Tello, get in front of the camera.
Well, we're trying to stay socially.
Let me see you.
Or just turn the camera. There she is.
How are you?
My beautiful bracelet.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love this bracelet. You wish you were from New York.
I know those people are all jealous for us New Yorkers.
That's right.
The whole world wants to rock this accent, baby.
That's right. And only we rock it.
That's right. It's so funny. I can be in a crowded room and I'll hear my New York accent. I'll walk right up to the person. Hey, how long you been here? So it's so funny. So
you have half the room from New York, right? Originally, yeah.
If you guys need to get off, go ahead and get off, and we'll just leave it on for a few more minutes. So, hey Estelle, did you put that thing in the messenger?
Thanks, ladies. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
see you, ladies.
Bye, ladies. Yep.
Did you say something, Linda?
Yeah, did you get that thing I sent you in Messenger about the reality check?
I did. I can't wait to try it on these kids that think they're going to live a life of luxury on $8 an hour. So,
yeah, I'm glad. Get her, Mom. Get her.
Yes. Thank you so much for that, though. All right. Have a good one, ladies. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherri.
You're welcome.
And I will see you guys next Wednesday. I think I could be here next Wednesday. Had to think of my doctor's schedule, but yeah, it's next Thursday, not Wednesday. So have a good one, everybody.
You too. Yeah.
Did you, I was like, it was
So
so.
I had all my, they ended at 10:30 and I had a one-on-one from 10:30 to 11:30.
I like it.
And I would have left and
I'm gonna save
I
the chat. I need to save the chat.
I would have left right then, I would have been 9 minutes late, but I had to go to the bathroom, so I was like, oh, that's fine. I know, but I'm gonna put in travel time on my calendar, so I can steal that.
Book that time.
Right. And it's a girl gonna be referring to you.
I'm trying to use something for that.
Yeah, so look, I did a one-on-one, right?
So now I do. It's not. My parents are saying that.
Right. I wish always need to repair for you.
Yes.
I just like
I do have the, I recognize you.
Oh my God.
I'm blessed that I have good, and it's still, my hair is still such a great time.
Exactly.
And everything. And this is like the second, third time.
I say, yeah.
The same. No,
I think
no, it's different pieces. I hate to try.